want to stop.
All right, guys. Before we get started with this, let me put out the tweet. I'm gonna get the tweet for you guys right now. This is the discussion to keep things within the context of what just happened right now. We have a lot of people right now putting out a lot of false information and a lot of people talking about a lot of nonsense that they do not understand. So I just put yeah, if you check the announcements hall, you guys will see, and the community hall, I put out the tweet. Please retweet that. As gamers of the esports community and as an esports team, I want to have this discussion with you guys about this, especially guys like you, Wes, and me, who've been around for a very long time, and we know the origin of a lot of this nonsense and why people do what they do. So I would definitely want you to stay here and have this discussion on this. Um, Let me get up the channel. Alrighty then. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, Sean, another shooting. Another
Ugh.
goddamn shooting. All right, so we got everybody up. So let's get into this. All right. Now, I spoke with the community, and we decided not to replay. We have the audio and video of what happened, but we will not be playing that here on the stream. Um, just for sensitivity issues. It's a little bit too grotesque. Wes, it sounds like some shit on the corner back in Brooklyn on the grocery stores.
Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing different.
I don't know, but it's like it's crazy when you hear it. It
Yeah.
sounds like someone came up on the side of the corner and just was like they're just gonna hit the
I mean,
block. It literally sounds like that.
Texas.
Yeah,
If you look in
Coordination.
community hall,
yeah.
like I'll link the video also, but there's a video of the 1 minute leading up to when the shooting happened on Twitch,
I know I
and the
have that. I have it.
and look, I'm gonna say, no, but I found a screenshot at the very last second,
Listen, stop,
right,
stop,
right.
stop, 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 because that means you're not looking at anything that I put on in the community card, and you're not watching the stream.
No,
I
'cause my
lit.
internet cut out. I just came back. That's
Okay.
why.
If you look in the community hall, you see the inf beam right on the guy's chest. I purposely freeze
Oh,
framed that and made that the thumbnail because that is the question that I'm going to mention. How the
all right.
did this guy get an inf beam gun in?
All right. All right.
How
And
did he get a what?
the guy, okay,
You could put
Matt,
an infrared beam up. Spy for it. You could put it.
Infrared.
Wait,
First,
wait.
Yes.
let me.
Turn even.
Yeah,
everyone one
yeah,
at a time.
infrared
Everyone
attachment.
one at a
Y'all know
time.
about guns like that, huh? So
Go.
I guess y'all really know.
We
You could
know.
put an infrared beam on a pistol.
No, I know that. I know that. But in my mind, because they're sight pointers, so you can put that on anything. I understand that. But in my mind, what I'm seeing, because I'm not there, so I don't know. My question is this: listening to the sound of it, did you get a chance? Because well, you served in the military, Hans.
It sounded like he was shooting an M4. That's what it sounded like to me. And those are not big rifles. Those are like compact rifles.
So then that's an official inf beam on the gun. It's not
Yeah,
a
that's a big.
okay. So that's what I wanted to double check. My question is, how did this guy? Where did this guy get this gun, and how did he get this gun in there? Why
One
wasn't
is
there?
in,
Hmm?
one is Florida, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Florida, yeah, you can get any type of strap in Florida. Two, if it's what I think it is as an M4, it's you can easily just tuck that. You know what I mean? Like seriously, it got a retractable butt stock on it. Like you can
Yo,
tuck
Okay.
that.
I'm
I
reading.
mean,
You know what I
if
mean? Like,
Guys. Hans is talk. Let the gun expert in here who served in the military talk. Stop cutting him off. Go on, Hans.
like it all depends on what type of weapon he had. Like nobody has video of what he had for. What I sounded like a M4 on full burst. That's what it sounded like. And an M4, them guns, you can make them guns tiny to like the size of smaller than a P90, depending on what you do to it. I mean, they got retractable butt stocks. You can tuck that. If he had a hoodie on or anything, he could have tucked that. Now my thing is they have metal detectors. I mean, you know what I mean? They didn't have the proper security for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really easy to get that in there because you got to think niggas is bringing in big ass cameras, cases with big ass cameras and shit like that. It's not that hard to get something in like that if they're not got the proper security for it. And in Florida, where you can go to the store and get an AR-15 if you want to, it's not shocking. I mean, that's just real talk.
So now, so then I wanna turn over to this thing. So far, Gabe has been watching the news, and some of the survivors are saying that the guy started shooting people because he lost, and he was salty that he lost, and because he lost, he decided to start killing people in real life. And the reason why I want to have this conversation right now is because you already know where this is gonna go. They're gonna say video games injects violence and all this other foolishness, and just this is stupid. Because in reality, this has nothing to do with video games. This is you have school shootings, post office shootings, the Empire State Building shootings, Las Vegas shootings. You just have this unstable people who literally feel that if something doesn't go their way, they should just kill people, whether it's personally, socially in their life with like issues such as their personal life, they're either getting bullied, their girlfriend left them, or something happened, or religion, or politics. My problem with this is that they consider this that only the political one or religious one is considered terrorism. This is clearly terrorism. The guy, just to let everyone know, the shooter is dead. They clapped the shooter, and he's dead. We have we have we have yet
That's
to
all.
we have yet to find out the identity of the shooter and his origin, because we need to find out the parents, where the parents come from, what's the background, and I do not want to hear, oh, because if this is a white kid, he was a great kid, great school grades, and then whatever, happy guy. He's just that we didn't know he's mental. There is no excuse for this. This has nothing to do with mental disabled. Nothing. This is a salty dude, black, white, purple, orange, green, yellow, red. It doesn't matter what his color is. This clearly was a salty person, and this person felt that he could take this into his hands because he lost, and he's gonna kill people so that they can never win. But you'll never be able to win neither because you're dead now. So I don't want. I want to. A lot of people. I'm watching stuff on Twitter and stuff like that. And I'm going to go to the Discord and let people get to chime in with their thoughts and the whole 9 yards on this. But there are people going out there putting out stories, and no one even know. The police has not even made an official statement yet, other than video game tournament was happening. This tournament was hosted by EA, correct? Am I correct in saying that?
Mm-hmm.
So EA hosted this tournament. There was no security. As Hans said, this guy could have tucked in you said M4, correct?
EA just tweeted right now saying we are aware of the incident sanctioned
Yeah.
at a sanctioned Madden
Ah,
Championship Series competition in
you s-
Jacksonville.
so you see what I'm talking about now. You know what's gonna happen now.
They're gonna
This
get sued.
this
That
is
is
no, they're not. They're not gonna be sued. Because there was a sanctioned event. It wasn't an event held by EA. It was an event licensed and given authority by EA for someone else to hold.
oh,
So
yeah,
they
that's a private sponsor, so they
yeah,
off the hook. And
they off the hook
yeah.
then. But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen now with esports now. Esports, because of this, Nintendo, Microsoft, the people that make Sony, the game developer for Fortnite, Riot, everyone is literally going to be like, listen, unless you can afford security and you follow their guidelines to host a safe tournament because their name is implicated on it, all community tournaments are going to get wiped from being able to hold anything, because companies do not want to be responsible for individual action, and they're gonna win this. Believe it. Right now, the suits are gonna win this.
It's gonna have to be the same security measures and precautions that actual sports tournaments have.
Exactly, and that costs us a lot of money, and communities cannot afford it. So because they can't afford it, they cannot meet the guidelines of these corporate situations, which is not necessarily the corporate. It's not the corporation's fault, period. But the point here is this is the catalyst where the suits now come in and grab everything that the community has put 30 plus years of hard work to form, and now the suits will own this lock, stock, and barrel. That means to use any of their games, to play any of their games, to do anything. And if you host a tournament using their game without their permission, you can be sued. So I don't know if you guys remember when the NBA used to be on. It says the NBA is prohibits express written the rebroadcasting, retelevised, redistribution of any of the content, blah blah, without the written express permission of the NBA. That is what's going to happen to esports, and all the video game companies are going to be able to unclaim it. Nintendo, so all you Smash Brothers guys, your time is pretty much up. Say goodbye to all of those tournaments. Not, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen right now, but legislation and corporate policies are going to be put into place. Big House gone, Apex gone, Genesis gone. You guys are the only last standing as organizations like Evolution, World Fighting Game Championships. We're under them because they can afford it. They can afford the license, they can afford the security. But guess what's going to happen now? By affording the license and the security, entrance fee, registration, all goes up. Everything goes up now. Now, the smaller player who cannot afford this has to do everything through licensing. You know, this is crazy, B. This is actually crazy. These guys got this shit on lockdown now. They like this. I hated the fact that this was gonna happen. I didn't want this to happen. I was so mad when I saw it happening because I was like, man, I already know what these guys are gonna do. Yeah, jump in. Yeah.
Okay, so last year I hosted my own gaming tournament, Dragon Ball Fighters tournament in my school for a fundraiser and stuff like that. But now seeing this going on, it's basically just ruined my chances of doing another one because I was planning to do even more tournaments this year, hosting more gaming tournaments for my school.
No. It won't affect.
It's a safety risk for me.
It won't affect your schooling because schools have security. And that's a school thing. But I'm talking. Yeah, that would be considered a school shooting if that would happen, and your school will be able to organize some type of security. And that's not considered esports. That's considered what's going on in your school. That's a little event, a game tournament happening in your school. What I'm talking about is, if let's say people want, and this is throughout the United States. But the suits will eventually win a lawsuit perpetuate throughout the entire planet. But so it'll eventually reach the Caribbeans, Europe, and all this other stuff, and eventually, because this is the catalyst that the suits needs and the corporations need to literally take this. They're not going to look at this situation. Young Hood, mute your mic, cause I'm reverberating back through you. Okay. This is the catalyst that they need to justify why the suits need to claim their game. No one's going to look at this as an isolated situation, which happens rarely, where some psychopath who just has a gun on him loses. This could have been a basketball tournament that someone was playing physical basketball where a guy didn't like the fact that he fouled out or his team lost the game and he pulls out his gun and he starts shooting people. It's not one of those things, right? So it could have been. This could have happened anywhere. Like I said, a disgruntled person at the Empire State Building got fired, walked into the Empire State Building, shot his boss, came downstairs and got in a gunfight with police officers randomly. No one sits there and says, "Man, see, we got to put regulations on the United States, the Empire State's Building." Blah. No, it's just this guy was crazy. He shot everyone. But because this is esports and esports is a billion-dollar industry, because it is a billion-dollar industry, this will justify the suits to be able to claim. Not actually, to be honest with you, they don't need this to claim anything. They could have just said it's our intellectual property. You have no right to rebroadcast it. Game. Go the route Nintendo does that everyone hates Nintendo for, when it's like Nintendo's just exercising the right of their intellectual property. So I don't understand it. But like now, all of the companies are going to be able to unite into this front, all because of this loser here. I'm actually angry because I want to curse, but it's a sensitive situation, so I can't curse. But like this one loser, this salty ass person who couldn't take a loss in his game is the reason why now it's over. Like I told you the suits were coming in 2018, but this tragic situation is a birthday present for them. Believe me, it's gonna happen. This is how the industries work. Believe it's gonna happen. Don't sit here and think, nah, it's not gonna be able to happen. This is the catalyst that they needed. There always has to be a pretext. Always have to be a pretext before the actual war begins. And this is the war. So my thing here is, why don't they just look at this situation as an isolated situation, leave the video game politics out of it and the esports thing, and just treat it as is? There's a psycho kid on the loose who shot these people because he lost the game because he's a loser, and just that. Because you can't use games push violence, because it was a Madden game. It's a sports game. This could have happened in real life sports. They could have been just playing regular football.
Yo, what's it called? I just found the challenge. The challenge bracket. Because I remember seeing Nightbot in the chat for the clip when it was still up before it got removed from Twitch. Here's a challenge. So one of those.
Let me see the challenge.
People, one of those 62 people is probably the losers.
You didn't put. Where did you put? Oh, you put it in the community. So one of these 62 people is the actual culprit here. So where is it? $5,000 Madden 19 Southwest qualifier.
Yep, should be right there. It's not even.
No, it's a Southeast qualifier. It's not the Southwest.
Southwest. Oh.
It has to be the Southeast. This bracket previews Madden. It's got to be the Southeast, because it's Florida, right? Southeast.
Yeah.
Wow, they're in group brackets. The bracket hasn't even. This happened first round. This is first round.
Are you serious?
Wow.
No. Let me go to group. No. Let me go to group stage. Nope. Whoa. There's a group stage before it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm looking at all the losers. All the people that went 0-3. One of these 0-3 guys here. One of these 0-3 guys here is the actual culprit. That's how you know who it is. For the purpose, I'm not going to sensationalize this thing. For the purpose of not hinder the investigation or sensationalize the criminal, I am not posting the bracket for anyone to go do their little work and find out who is who. But I'm taking a look here. So we have hold on. So group A bracket, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60,
Yeah,
62.
I found the Facebook event as well.
All right, so 62 suspects. There are 62 suspects. That doesn't, obviously only one of the 62 are actually guilty, but 62 of these guys lost. One of them is the actual suspect.
What?
I hate when people want more security, but not focusing on the problem at hand, the weapon. The weapon isn't the problem. Security actually is the problem. Guns don't shoot people. People shoot people with guns. That's how it works. We know gun reform is needed. We know that, but I don't even want to get into the NRA political nonsense. So let's just leave that alone. The issue here is there was no security. That's the issue. And anyone who've heard the actual shooting, YouTube's taking out all of the shootings off of YouTube because this guy literally shot the guy. Like when I watched the video, the kid in the red hoodie, you see that inf beam, that little red dot on his hoodie? That is an infrared beam being aimed at him. So I'm just giving you a reenactment of it. He was looking at the game. He looked at the kid next to him that he was competing against. They both smiled at each other. He turned his head completely around the other way, looked at someone, and then he came back, and you saw the inf beam. Then the screen went off because they were actually about to play. And all you hear is, pack, 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 pack. Ah! I got shot. What he shot me with? Pack. Ah! Pack, 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 pack. And I'm like, dead ass? Like, really?
They
What happened? What happened? Sahil.
Yeah, I just wanted to say let Wes go first. I'll say.
Oh, okay. Hold on for 1 second, Wes. All right, go on, Wes.
You're along like it was almost a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
before Evo, before all of the games were announced for Evo. Do you remember that person? Somebody
Dark Prince, and he was like, "What? You think I care about the video games? I'll come there and clap everyone." And then they banned Dark Prince throughout all of fighting games worldwide.
I didn't know it was him. I just heard somebody basically had some terrorist threats
No,
towards Evo.
because Dark Prince came to the East Coast for East Coast Championship. I think it was 9 or 10, and I don't want to implicate anybody else, but a playing rival person of him, they had a little spat online. I don't know if it was MyFace or Facebook. I think it was MySpace at the time because Facebook wasn't out yet, or IRC. And Dark Prince had told East Coast player, "This is not a game. We blah 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 down here, Grape Street, blah blah. You know all the gang nonsense." So he's like, "All right. So when you come down to the East Coast and we have this tournament, we're gonna see what this is about." So, because just to let you know that this isn't a video, it's not about video games. A lot of these people take it out of video games and bring it into real life. So when they saw Dark Prince in person, they was like, "What's up now, partner?" And it was an issue. Oh, it was an issue out in the street, and they kind of punked Dark Prince, which made Dark Prince cry. Then Dark Prince went back to Cali, got into a little issue with some type of underage girl, did a bid, came out the bid, and then now he's gangster. So he's talking about he don't care about this video game, blah blah blah. He would clap people, and he got banned for life on all fighting game tournaments worldwide.
No, but that was like almost a decade ago. I think what Wes is talking about was a threat that happened like 2 years ago.
No, I'm talking about recently, like fairly more recent than that. I heard that Evolution was, I guess they were supposed to take precautions to protect the attendees because they heard somebody threatening to do some sort of terrorist attack. They didn't say who. They just said somebody.
Okay, well,
and you would think that all of these tournament hosts
would have taken that. Yeah, they would have taken. Well, Larry, Final Rounds CEO and chairman, he last year, which is potentially the final round, or I think it was this year, one of the two. I don't know if it was last year or this year, but he was on this like, you're right, because that's what made Larry says, due to people making random threats about shooting, Larry then went out of his way and bought these plastic see-through book bags and said, in order for you to register for final round, you're not allowed to bring in your own bag. You must use the see-through bag final round is giving you. So if you come there with a tournament bag and you have your joystick in there, whatever, they would tell you to take all your stuff out of your bag and put it right in that see-through bag, so that it was a screening process final round did to make sure no one carried guns. Not to say something happened at final round for them to do that. They were just taking pre-precaution, which, like your point you're mentioning here, Wes, you would have thought that after this issue that happened not too long ago, dudes would have done that, but they did not. So it is an unfortunate situation, but it's not going to change the fact that how esports players are going to be perceived. They're just going to watch. This is going to get into a national political conversation in which they're going to try to demonize gamers and video games for its violence that they did this. But this is a sports game. This has nothing. This is a random loser.
You know what's crazy about that too? I don't even think. I honestly don't even think it was even a random. I always think of other things besides it being random. Sometimes I think that it could have been an inside job or something.
Nah, I don't think it's an inside job. Hold on, let me see what the tournament was about. Give me 1 second. It's a $5,000 Madden tournament. This damn sure there's no way it's an inside job. It's $5,000. That's foolishness. It's nothing. They're not doing that. No one's doing that for $5,000. Put $5 million, then I can see some corporation setting up something like that.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the amount of money they're playing for. It matters about the players, the place, and just basically setting a statement.
But
and how easy it probably was to do this.
All right, Triforce.
Mm-hmm.
So what I wanted to say was, remember the person you're talking about, the black kid who had the infrared beam on him right before the stream cut out.
Yeah.
Right. This is a tweet he put out 6 days ago before this event.
All right.
Community hall.
In the community hall. Let's take a look.
Yeah. He originally wasn't going to go, but then he said, "Satan had a change of heart. I'm gonna be there."
That's crazy. That's crazy. Changed his mind and went to his death.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Wait, what happened?
The guy that got shot, I blurred out his face, and I don't want anyone to see the victims of this, so that's why I just blurred out their faces and stuff like that. That kid, yes, the black kid is dead. That was confirmed. That kid was originally not gonna go, and he made a tweet 6 days earlier stating that he changed his mind, he's gonna go, and he went there and he died for playing a video game. So what I want to talk about now, because I want to put this back on us, the gamers, right? The suits are going to do what they got to do. But one of the things I definitely want to talk about, because this has a lot to do with some of the issues I'm going through with. These video game platforms, these eSports platforms, let me remove the video game industry out of this, because they're just the parent industry. Their job is just make video games to entertain people. So the video game industry actually, at large, the parent organization of the parent organizations of the video game industry at large have nothing to do with this issue. They're removed from this issue. Let's talk about esports organizers, platformers, and brand holders, because they seem to think that the type of behavior they allow to go on in their communities, at their events, or any of the virtual platforms that they provide is not their responsibility or obligation to moderate. I guess some of y'all already know where I'm going here with this. No. We have a responsibility as the competitive gamers and the esports gaming community, right? To moderate the behavior of these people, because you never know which one of these guys are psychopaths. And you cannot, and I repeat, cannot leave it to chance that these guys are just salty and what they're saying is just what they're saying on the internet. No. Everything must be taken for the protection of life, which is very valuable. Everything must be taken seriously. So you have a lot of these entitled guys out here who take winning tournaments, hosting, having world records too seriously, to the point where these guys live on their computer. For me, that being that I took up sociology and at least 1.5 semester of psychology, I can look into in the eyes of a person and listen to their voice and read how they're typed to find out who are extremist competitors. And these extremist competitors will go through any lengths to make sure that they themselves get what they want, regardless of what the challenge is, whether they may be competing in a tournament or setting for a world record or disputing world records. You have psychopaths. These guys are not to be trusted, and you cannot reward them with the ability to speak threatening, not hateful, threatening talk. These guys they gotta be moderated, or they will grow into shit like this. This guy did not lose, go home, get his gun, come back and shoot. Then it was like, all right, if he lost, went home, got his gun, came back and shoot, then this person is this is a, what's the word for this? This is just like a ultimately salty person. This is, in my opinion, based on my experience with these type of people in competitive gaming, was premeditated. The guy came there initially with a gun, Meaning, he had already premeditated. If I lose, I'm clipping off. That's literally what it is.
There's a possible suspect that they found on Twitter, but his Twitter account got suspended. And he made a tweet saying, "Single elimination. I'm in the mood to kill someone today."
See?
I mean, obviously, that might be
that's
just
crazy.
Twitter got suspended. So
that is crazy. First of all, the minute he even wrote that on Twitter, an investigation should have opened. An investigation should have opened if that's what was posted on Twitter. Single elimination. I'm about to shoot someone. Twitter should have asked him, "Are you okay? What's going on?" There is no infrastructure in place for security. We need literal security, social media security. We really need social media security for real. And I'm not talking about hate speech. People can have the right to be mad and say F you and F that and whatever. But when someone makes a post, I'm going to kill, an investigation needs to be opened. An investigation needs to be opened. Hold on for a second, guys. Khalil!
What the fuck? So yeah, that guy's Twitter account, I already checked. It's suspended, so I'm thinking that might actually be him.
That's crazy.
Teamstar already deleted that tweet because he didn't want to put out names and stuff.
No, there's no need. There's no need to mention names or show faces. There's no need to mention any names.
I already checked out the Twitter account. It's suspended, so I'm kind of guessing that that's real. So I want to check the challenge to see if it's the same thing. Just to
Now gamers will be searched like airport before entering. Yeah, but whose fault is that? See, you have to understand that this situation here is kind of the community's fault. And I'm not putting any particular blame. It's a general fault. 4 dead, 10 injured. That's the newest update, guys. 4 dead, 10 injured. The reason why this is our fault because we as a community of competitive gamers see these type of behaviors going on, and we allow this type of behavior for going on because of the whole meme and troll. So meme troll behavior, we award these people with their antics. So what ends up happening is that Gabe, your thing is too loud.
My fault.
Oh, so by rewarding these people with their behavior, it's funny to keep doing this, and it puts other people down. It creates a lot of stress. It creates a lot of anxiety. I know, because I'm going through, I just finished going through one of mine just not too long ago, and I had to deal with people who literally sit in the front of their computer, and for hours, dudes will come on my stream. I'm streaming for 10 hours straight playing video games, and dudes are sitting at the stream, OBS recording everything I say, or go back and watch 10 hours of my stream to see what I say so that they can make a case against me and whatever. This is psychopathic behavior. Actually, there's an actual word for this. Not compulsive. What's that word when you're stalking someone? Obsessive.
Hey.
This is obsessive behavior, and these type of obsessive behavior will tell you who you deal with and who you don't. You see a guy can't take a loss, dudes be getting. We've had members in Empire Arcadia who've come here. I'm not going to say any names. This happened last year. Tried to join our arms division, got into the arms division, lost a friendly practice match. My man went ham. I was like, you're done. I was like, you're finished. I did not. He was allowed no points. I rewarded him nothing for his behavior. When I saw him acting that crazy over a team internal tournament just to see where we are in skill, it's a practice scrim. I said, I will not allow that behavior in Empire Arcadia. He was eviscerated instantaneously. banned from the Discord, banned from EMP. This is the type of stuff you cannot reward these psychopaths with this type of behavior. People are going to try for us. Why you call them psychopaths? They're psychopaths. They're losing and getting guns and shooting people. They're psycho. Link says, sorry, Triforce. Majority of the gamers are losers. Just watch the gaming. Channel. Yes, but they're gamers. There are gamers, and this is what separates the professional gamers from the amateur gamers. The professional gamers can take a loss, and that's it. Amateur gamers cannot take a loss. They're crazy. All right, and we're going to get into the subject of because I'm not accepting. See, society can accept this whole narrative that Billy or Jerome, whoever it may be, or Hernandez, there's a different narrative. If it's Hernandez, well, before I even make this statement, because I don't want anyone taking me out of context. Right now, my enemies in the room are watching. There is a social stereotype about the different type of killers in the world. If you are of Muslim or Islamic practice, you're a terrorist if you go and mass shoot people. Okay, not a problem. That makes sense. Extremists, you're killing people based on your faith in your religion or your political stance or social stance. You are terrorizing people by killing them. Yeah, that makes you a terrorist. No problem. But then, when it gets to Timmy, white kid, this kid was mentally disturbed. He had a great background, great at school, great girlfriend, beautiful family, but my man just shot 4 people and injured 10 over losing a Madden tournament. Yeah, but like it's a psychological issue. He's not a terrorist. What? Why isn't he a terrorist like the Islamic Muslim guy that you just labeled over there? Because it wasn't for political or religious reasons. Yeah, it was for a social one, which is actually far worse, because that means he could be triggered on an everyday life shit. Now, if it's a black guy, he's an extremist, Black Panther, Black Lives Matter, whatever. And I'm like, why? Because he's black? So this narrative seems to be only white people can get away with domestic terrorist action. Only white people can shoot up Vegas and simply say the guy was mental. Only white people can shoot up a gay bar and it goes, oh, he's mental. Only white people could go and shoot up a church. Oh, he's mental. Now, potentially, because we don't know if the person's white or not, but I have a feeling a white kid can go and shoot up a video game tournament and he's mental. A white kid can go shoot up a school and he's mental. But anyone, Latin, Hispanic, which is relatively the same thing, African or Arab or it's Arabic, or those of Middle Eastern descent, so to speak. Middle East. Where's the Middle West or the Middle North or the Middle South? Like, isn't it just Africa? Oh, all right. Anyway, that's politics. We're not going to get into that. That's politics. We're not going to get into that. But whatever. But it appears that anyone outside of the white construct is perceived as a terrorist, and anyone within the white construct that does the very same thing is just have mental issues. And that's crazy. So now I'm going to look at this, and no, let me watch what I say when I say that, because I don't want people to take that out. But those.
Can I cut you off real quick?
Yes.
For the people that are injured right now, it's not 10 anymore. It's 12. Yeah, 12. There's 12 people there. Well, no, there are 6 patients right now in a certain hospital that are 5 are good and 1 is serious.
Damn. Shit.
So yeah, that they just updated that on the news right now.
All right.
So 3 patients have been taken to a different hospital, and they just been taken to different hospitals. 1 is very serious. It's critical.
That's crazy. That means any one of us can go to these tournaments and get killed. Now we have no choice but to accept the security that they're going to put into place. That's madness. And the thing here that I want to let everyone know, I actually don't blame any of the video game companies or whatever. I blame the community. I blame the community because we allow this foolishness to happen. This nonsense, these psychopathic people are being rewarded for their foolishness. Absolute buffoonery.
Not only that, but the companies do not have any control over the people that play their games, so it could not be their fault.
No, the companies are off the hook on this. This got nothing to do with EA or any of these other people. They got nothing to do with this.
Since it was sanctioned and they didn't.
It was a sanctioned event. This is on our watch as gamers. This is on our watch, and in context, it's sad I have to start talking like this because people will soundbite me and take me out of context. But in context to the situation, in this particular shooting, I'm glad that it is based on gamers because we can remove the ethnic barrier or ethnic stereotypes. Now that we can't say, oh, well, he's white or he's black or he's Asian or he's this or he's that. Now we're just going to judge this in one category, gamers. And
YouTube is actually not gonna. They're not taking the video down. They're just age restriction them all.
Oh, they're age restrict. Well, it doesn't even matter because something like that, to be very honest with you, is just I have the video. I'm not uploading it. I'm not showing it. I'm not letting. I already gave you guys my reenactment of it, which anyone who heard my reenactment is very accurate to literally it because I listened to it like 10 times. But just for the it sparks the imagination into dark places, and I just don't think that's suitable for children or adults. Like something like that should just be stayed away. But the point here is that as gamers, we need to start doing this now, and this is an urgent message to all the esports platforms in the world, from Evolution to Riot, MLG, World Cyber Games if they're still around, Twin Galaxies, and many other esports platforms out there. There needs to be a code of conduct, virtually and physically. Gamers need a code of conduct. Since we won't be our fellow gamers' keeper, we need to get regulated. Since we're gonna laugh it up with the memes and people talking about all of this other stuff and what they're gonna do and think it's funny, and no one's gonna stand by them like, yo, that's not funny, B. Don't do that. We need a code of conduct, virtually and physically. And I'm not talking about hate speech. People are allowed to be emotional. People are allowed to curse because it's an expression of their emotion. However, there's certain behavior, threatening behavior, in using the words kill, I'll hurt you, rape you, send SWAT to you, all of this other stuff, dox you. All of these things, someone says this, investigations needs to be opened. Maybe a pain in the ass, but you need to investigate. This includes me. It doesn't bother me because I don't threaten people. Period. So I would urge these companies to actually kind of do this. But we're 15 minutes left. I'm gonna spend 5 minutes on in the Discord. So let me get you guys' thoughts in the Discord, and I'm going to lose the last 10 minutes. I'm going to read some comments and thoughts of people in the YouTube chat before I end this segment. So,
hey, Triforce?
Yes, go on. You have the floor.
So it looks like, I'm looking on Twitter, and it looks like one of the victim's mother posted on Twitter. It's basically just saying, like, prayers for my son. He was shot 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that sucks to see, because, like...
Yeah, it does.
God. I saw that tweet.
Is Hans still in here? Hans, you here? No, Hans. Damn it, Hans left the room. Is he even online? No, Hans left.
Yeah, Hans
if I can,
I gotta peace out.
All right, man. Later. Thank you, Gabe.
Peace, man.
All right, so that was Gabe from the Nintendo Switch line. For those who guys didn't know, you can check Gabe out on his channel. Gabe would like to cover it as more. Wow, a possible suspect.
His account got suspended.
It's not. Yeah, they're using that account under investigation to double check. What's the name, to see if there's gonna be, like I said, there's 62 suspects. One of them is the guy. So they'll double check. Yes, good guy. He's still inside. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Young Hood. Yeah, Young Hood. Okay, you're unmuted. Oops.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You had a lot of noise in the background, and so I just mute when people have noise in the background. I just mute them and then look. Okay. So now, any other comments from the Discord regarding this situation? Anyone wants to say something? Say it now, because I want to go to the YouTube and start talking to the people in the YouTube about what their thoughts
The shooter
were.
is obviously white.
Well, no,
we can't sit here and say that the shooter is not white.
We can't. No, we can say it's suspected that the shooter is white. We don't know if the shooter is white. I'm like, it sounds like the shooter is white, but I want to give. I don't want to make this a race thing. I want to make this a gamer thing. We already know the whole thing with the only time it becomes a race thing is when the media goes, his name was Timothy Einstein. He was such a great kid in school, and like, are you giving props to a murderer?
We know they're gonna do that.
And when they do it, when they do it, we turn it into a race thing. So I'm waiting. Best believe I'm coming back tonight to talk about this, because they're gonna release the dead suspect, who he is. And when they do, I dare any news to try to portray that killer in a good light. Because see, it's a gamer thing, and as a gamer, I'm not gonna stand for that. I'm gonna jump out on it. So, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's wait until they confirm. Yeah.
Most news out are white, so we know they're gonna paint them in a good light. But all we need to do is wait for it to happen.
Mm.
You know what's the crazy thing though? There's some shootings that like the news doesn't even talk about. Like somewhere where I live, like.
No, it's not important. The people they're getting shot and killed are not important to them.
Yeah. That's what I said earlier. Niggas get shot every day, dude.
Oh, so Hans, I'm glad you're back. Okay, so Gabe confirmed that one of the victims is in the hospital with 3 shots in him. So I think you're right. It was you said what, an M4?
It was an M4
with the laser sight.
Yeah.
M4 with a laser sight. All right. Someone
bet
has.
You if he was a black person. Bet you if he was a black person, they would have been portrayed as like a thug or something.
No, that's what we're going over.
Billy, who got his dad's gun from the gun type news. This is going to be the little white boy who had a rifle at an M4 at the age of 15, hunting deer or some stupid. What is it going to be? Some stupid shit. Guarantee. And it's going to be turned into, oh, he has mental problems and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, the nigga came to a gang tournament with an assault rifle.
See, Metal Mint says, I already saw a dude blaming gamers on Twitter. This is the shit I'm talking about. And it's like,
if it was a Call of Duty tournament, it's a Madden tournament. Like,
exactly.
You can't blame the game.
Now parents are gonna be afraid to buy the video game system. Parents are gonna be afraid to buy their kids whatever game system they want for Christmas, because the game they think is gonna cause some type of corruption in their brain.
Man, that's the mess I hate the most, dude. Like, this is gonna give a bad light to all of us. Like, we're not safe anymore. Like, man.
No, Jarion, the dude is not getting life. He got death already. He's dead. The guy.
Not the backlight, as in the consequences of this.
No. Jarion said in the YouTube that the guy better get life. But I'm trying to tell him that the guy's dead already. They clapped him.
Yeah, but his actions are not. They affect all of us, right?
No, no. This is all a part of the plan. The only thing that this affects. I'm gonna have to mute you for a second, Young, or put your thing on mute because I'm reverberating back through you. The only way this affects us, right? It is that the only way this affects us. The only way this affects us is that this now gives the intellectual property holders of the actual games the right to determine who can run a tournament using their games. That's it. So this whole community esports stuff that we've been running off for the last 30 years to now in conjunction and in tandem with the video game industry, done. That's it. That's the straw that broke the camel back. Now you're gonna have to license from video game companies.
Don't get mad at the suits.
Yeah, don't get mad at the suits. They're not. They're just gonna benefit from this. Not in the sense like, oh, I'm glad the shooting happened. We benefit from it. I'm saying that they're gonna benefit because now they get to control their intellectual property from broadcasting or hosting tournament points of view. They have to because this is making them look bad. The first thing people do is look to the video game companies as if they're the ones with the guns. Like they're like, we sell video games, not guns. Why are you people looking at us? This is the tournament organizers' fault for not having security. That's the point. And for you're allowing an open event where all these people from any walks of life to come into your tournament. Nah, man.
Florida's an open carry state. They should have knew better with that.
Exactly. The fact that
like he goes to the tournament in Michigan and not having no security. It's an open to carry state here.
Nah, exactly.
Like that.
100%.
I just want to add to that because what's up, Chopper? It's D Nice.
D Nice. Oh, what up? Oh,
hey man.
Random.
Yeah.
Yo, what up,
kind
D?
of random. I was watching your stream, so I just saw your link on your Discord, so I just wanted to join up. But anyways, so as I said, I've been to it's basically the 904 happy hour. It's basically
that's right. You're in Florida, right?
South Florida, but I travel for work now, so I actually stop by. Good luck, have fun once in a while. It's kind of like a compact area, but granted, and me and my boy Will, we talked about this when we went to Evo a few weeks ago. We was like, yo, there was no there's no metal detectors or anything like that there, you know. And I think
like zero security.
The security wasn't even checking bags because I was working as media, so I had like 2 big bags with me. They could have been like firearms inside for all they know. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't check that. They didn't check once. All they did was check for food and beverages. So just wanted to just throw that out there.
Who's that YouTuber who made the video joke, the little meme video joke where people were coming in with guns and the security was letting them in, and he had a bottle of water and he's like,
"That's Supreme Dreams."
Supreme Dreams. So that's how evil was. They're letting dudes in, right? Not checking for anything. They're just checking for dudes who have food and beverages, all because the vendors inside want to sell their shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have did a better job. Luckily, thank God nobody was hurt or anything like that, as far as I know. But that's still like, especially what happened last year across from the Mandalay Bay. They could at least consider, having a better security process.
Why? The only players that they care about.
But anyways, back to, on topic though. Let's get on topic real quick. So, kind of the main topic. So, I guess they always run Madden events there for about a year, about 2 years now, and I think what it is I think they were just so used of everybody being safe, being a nice family friendly event. But the thing is that you can't sleep, you cannot sleep on anything, man. Especially all the recent news, like no one will see this coming, so you want to make sure that you have the proper protection for the guests. I can go, like for example, I go to Barclays Center because I do advertisement for them. So every time I go, no matter what, they always check. They always check for any type of weapon that I could have. You know what I'm saying? They have metal detectors. Everything was on point. Now I'm not saying get a metal detector or anything like that, but at least do a body search. Like just pat the man down. That's all you have to do. Pat it down. He walked in with an M4. M4?
Well, we have a military serviceman in our and
The
our
whole
community.
thing with this, I agree with Fam was saying, but what you gotta think about the amount of money these tournaments generate. They should have automatically mandatory security. What if
This is
somebody wins
true.
the high school and walk out and get bopped as soon as they win first place and get bopped before they win this?
Or what if someone wants to stick up the tournament?
That's the whole thing. My whole thing is like this: these tournaments only concern themselves because I've seen these tournaments. There do be security there, but it be security for the top name players like Daigo, Sonic Fox, shit like that. They have their own little personal security when they be out there. But for everybody else that's out there, they don't even waste the money because all it is just wasting money on security.
How is that wasting money? It's not wasting money if you're protecting
that's how they
people.
look at it. They look at it as it's video games. Niggas ain't gonna do this shit. This shit can't happen, and we ain't gonna waste the money on proper security. But fights and all that shit, break out of turn. I mean, you gotta think about this shit. It's just point blank. Period. This shit should be mandatory at every tournament. At every tournament, you have security. You should have metal detectors. No, you should have all that shit. Because niggas is crazy these days. Okay, you should have metal detectors, security, pat down, all that bullshit.
This was over a qualifier. A qualifier.
Yeah, man, it was like a first round loss.
About the money think about the money that's given out at Evo.
I'll put it to you like this: the game bar itself is probably like as big as. I'm trying to find something that's popular that everybody would know.
Next level.
2 classrooms put together.
No, it's a little bigger than next level.
So double the size of next level.
About double, yeah, about double.
About double? Yeah, okay, that's not necessarily that big, but I see.
It's not that
decent.
big, but the whole. Yeah, it can probably carry up to about 100, 150 max.
Okay.
So, that's a lot of people, and all you have to do is just get at least 2 security guards. And it's a game bar too, so obviously they can just ID people and just give people wristbands. I know how it works. It's very simple.
Basically, just police for police security. The police.
Yeah, you could have the community outreach as well. You could also hit them
do that shit for free. You just hit them up. Yo, we have an event. Can y'all provide some security? They'll do that shit for free. Motherfuckers are stupid.
They could just pull up. They don't even have to be at the door. They could just pull up.
But let me ask you this, D-Nice. So I've been preaching this since I started the EMP, right? So you do know that the suits have now, because of this, the suits have won for sure. Every community, they got to go through licensing. They've been slowly doing it, but you do know that they're finished now. No intellectual property holder for a video game is going to allow any community organization to host their own tournament using their game without their security clearance.
You got that plus among other things like advertisement and stuff. But yeah, you're right. I
So, the community they lost all power. Community's finished now. Community esports.
I won't say finished.
No, because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. The few community entities that are big enough, strong enough, and financially stable enough to be able to still do it have to work within the guidelines of the video game companies. So as far as they're concerned, they're not community anymore. They themselves now are corporate. They're just an extension of corporate. They become second or third party entities of corporate. That's it. But you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people go, I want to run. I don't want to say no names. But regionals, majors, those are finished. Those dudes they're cooked. Larry did the smartest thing for final round when he was like, y'all are going to use these see-through book bags. Don't like it, can't get registered. Hold that.
Yeah, that's one of the smartest, probably one of the smartest decisions I've seen in quite some time. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The invisible backpack makes perfect sense. And I think, personally, he was the only guy in our scene that did something as
security
far as
wise
gun laws.
Exactly.
Yeah, security wise, yeah.
So
I've been like this year alone, final round, combo breaker. I didn't go see. I couldn't make it. I don't know how their security was. I'm just going by my experience. You got Evo and DTN, and but you got Summer Jam coming up this next weekend. So I've been to those events, and like I said, final round was literally the only thing that did something about safety. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to talk down to all the other organizers. You know what I'm saying? But the clear bag was genius. You know, people may not like it because their joysticks didn't fit. Oh well. I mean, hey, I feel safe. I would feel safe if there's a clear bag and there's no guns in it or any other weapons. I'm just saying. You get what I mean? You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so kudos to Larry for even doing that. You know, I really wish he can host another final round next year, but you know, it was definitely a good move on his part. Good move. So you're right. I mean, you know, corporate it's pretty much almost at a point where hey, you know, it's either their way or that's it. You know, but charge it to the game, right?
I put in the community on a picture of an M4 and what it looks like compared to an M16. How easy you can conceal that.
Yeah, M4 is like a smaller version of M16, and also the fire rate is a lot better.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. Like no one would. All right, I just read something. The sheriff says that is not commenting on where the shooter lives. So when are we gonna get the identity? If you're not,
well, see what one of the some what in context. I'm just saying one of our YouTube members stated that the guy is white. That's why it's taking so long to get the actual ID.
They got his name already. They already got his fucking name. They're just not releasing the fucking.
They're not releasing
the info.
No,
they already got
that's the point. That's the point I'm making. But if this was someone who was Hispanic, who was black, or who was Middle Eastern with ties to Islamic whatever, face picture, everything's online already. Everything.
Well, I mean, that's America. I mean, I don't know.
You know, it sucks though because you know, as a recent, especially let's go back to the South Carolina shooting, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they made all the excuses in the world to make sure that he's mentally insane. But if you go way back to the DC sniping shooting from like years ago, they were just like throwing names under the dirt saying he's been arrested this much times, he brainwashed his son. Like it was just two different, you know, it was definitely contrasting as far as like giving the descriptions because of the skin color. And this is one of the most annoying things that I've always witnessed and always said to myself, I'm like, yo, like doesn't matter what color of the skin you are, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what you did was an act of terrorism. What that person did was an act of terrorism. So that what makes you a terrorist. It doesn't. You can do it once. Like I can go into a spot. I can shoot up the place. I'm a terrorist because what I did is an act of terrorism.
So it doesn't matter like what race you are or anything. Like if you do that,
terrorist has nothing to do with race. People always portray it to see that because of the media. The media will say, "Oh, he's Muslim. Oh, act of terrorism."
Yeah,
granted,
exactly.
no matter what the situation is an act of terrorism. Oh, he's white. Oh man, he something's wrong with him. Something he's no, he's not about getting a pass. It's just saying like they're just trying their best to say
the ideal here is this: when they do not want the whole it's a white supremacist thing, and the whole thing is they don't want to make white people look bad. But what they don't understand is that every other ethnic group outside don't care about ethnic groups looking bad. Whether the guy was white, black, Arab, Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter. You're going around killing people. That individual is a psychopath. It has nothing to do with the ethnic groups. It's just a psychopath. Pretty much. Period. That's it. He's a gamer. That's a psychotic gamer. I'm glad the cops erased him. At least justice is served. Because had that had to go through the system, he probably would have gotten away with, oh, he was salty about the game. We're going to give him 60 to 25 to life with possible parole. At least him getting killed, justice is served. I'm glad they clapped him. I'm glad they clapped him.
I would never wish death on anybody.
I wish death on. I wish death on.
I understand.
Hold on. Wait. No. Whoa. Don't get this twisted. There is no frustration, no emotion, no eccentric behavior, passion. I'm gonna say this calmly. I'm gonna go to full screen so you can see my face. to all evildoers in the world. I wish death, and I'm glad that you get killed for your evil deeds. That is all. I'm not going to be sensitive to. I'm not going to be. Hold on. I'm not going to be sensitive to evil people. That's madness. What am I, Gandhi? Am I Jesus Christ? No. I'm Triforce. Wickedness dies.
The
Sword of evil blade.
It takes a lot. It actually takes a lot to do it. That's why psychopaths actually are good at what they do, because it doesn't take them any emotion at all to kill someone. So I would actually agree with Triforce here.
I have I have compassion for them, but they got to get clapped. You can't go around just taking. Listen, look, listen. You can't imagine that. Imagine me 15 years from now, and okay, Triforce, video games, eSports, EMP, blah blah blah. I have a son or daughter. Daddy, I want to go out to the video game tournament here and blah blah blah. Take your brother with you. And they went to that Madden tournament and got clapped because of that dude. And I'm supposed to not wish death on him? The only way I would not wish death on him is if I could kill him. Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
Yo, Triforce, can I add something real quick?
Go on.
All right, so people say you shouldn't wish death on other people, right? Well, when you commit acts like this, you're not.
See, that's because people that.
So they commit acts like this with no emotion. You have to have emotion and be human, right? So when they do foolishness like this, they're not a person. They're a problem, and they deserve to be erased, not killed, erased. Okay?
So what I'm saying is, listen. What I'm saying is this, right? What I'm saying is this. People are not being realistic about the situation. 4 people died today. One of them we're looking on the stream. Imagine that was your son or your brother.
And then you find out it was from some scrub nugget who
lost the tournament.
Bro, there's
petty.
No way.
I'm wishing death on him.
Mad petty.
If he survived, I'm getting revenge. Best believe that. You can't tell me I can't have no emotion. He had no emotion when he killed these people.
One way or another, he's getting erased.
He had no emotion. That's why I'm glad he's dead. Because it's sick. I'm glad.
Wait, can I say something for a second? Where did it say that the reason that he shot up the place? I just want to find the source.
No. They on the news in Jacksonville, they interviewed some of the survivors there, and they said he did it because he lost the tournament. Then a Twitter post dropped out, which they suspend, where they think it's a suspect when he says single elimination today. I think I'm going to kill people. So, but these are...
Sounds like it's planned all along.
It is premeditated. He took that... My man.
That tweet was legit, then that was definitely premeditated.
My man. No, time. Forget about Twitter. He had a potential M4 on him. It is premeditated. He didn't lose, go home, get the gun, come back, kill. He came there with the gun, lost, shot people. This is premeditated.
Sounds like he's gonna kill anyway. Win or lose, he's gonna kill.
So guess what? I'm glad they laid him down. I'm glad that on some Fortnite shit, they should have came and outlined his body in chalk, straight up, whole that. Out there killing people like that. We have zero tolerance for these type of terrorists. Zero tolerance for terrorists. Going out there randomly just killing people. Zero tolerance.
You have zero.
I'm glad he did. Now I know for a fact justice was at least served.
Can I ask a question first?
Yes. Hello?
So, so what I'm actually thinking here and what I'm actually concerned here is the implication that that would cause or that would be impacted on this for the gaming community. I think I'm seeing now like another Call of Duty video games are
they revealed him.
Are violent.
They revealed him.
Should not be playing.
Sorry, they revealed him. Yup, in the community hall. And there it is. So it's a bit. Yes, guys, it's a Timmy. It's a Timmy. It's a Timmy. and I'm glad they clapped his ass.
Say the word.
There you go. It's official. It's official though. He went back home. He literally went back home and brought back the M4. Yep. He said
that's what it says.
Witnesses are saying he was the disgruntled gamer who was upset at losing the tournament. Went home, brought back a semi-automatic weapon.
Then it's not premeditated. Then it's not premeditated.
Basically, in layman's terms, he was salty.
Got emotional, and mentally disturbed, and went home, got the gun, and and came back and shot everyone.
That's crazy.
Literally because he went home.
I can't believe
literally because he went home and did that. So now here's a question: is this the same guy? Line up the Twitter. Can someone line up the Twitter? It's the same Twitter.
That I don't know. We need to. I think they deleted the tweet, right?
No, Keemstar. Someone, because Keemstar tweeted it. We need to find out if it's Gabe had it.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Keemstar he deleted it, and then he said, look, he's not sure if that's the official, if that's the actual person that did it. So he didn't want to spread out any
Can I have the tweet? Can I have the tweet to this fuckboy? Can I have the tweet that made that Aristotle? Can I get the tweet? I need the link for that tweet itself. So I can put it in the YouTube. So I can put it in the YouTube chat. 4 confirmed deceased, 10 to 12 injured. Apparently upset he lost earlier. Real name. Well, I'll let you guys well, you guys gonna read it anyway. He goes by the name Raven Champ. So let me take a look in the Discord. Let's look up Raven Champ. Where is the Gabe had put in the bracket here. So let me take a look at the bracket.
Is it a challenge bracket?
There's a challenge bracket.
Part of this Discord?
No, what the hell?
I'm so confused. I'm sorry.
Hold on, I'm looking for the bracket. Where did Gabe put the bracket? Triforce, why did you delete the bracket? You're an idiot. You know something? Hold on for a second, guys. One moment. Let me take a look at something. History, right? Jacksonville tournament. There it is. All right, cool. So his name is what? His name is what now?
Raven Champ. Raven Champ is his.
Yes.
Raven Champ is his alias. His real name says David Katz.
David Katz is his real name. But I'm gonna look on the bracket to see if it literally, because I have the bracket of the tournament. So who is that? Yo, we need it. Yeah, there you go. I need the actual tweet. Thank you, Jarion. Okay. So what's his name? What's his name is called what? Ravens Champ. Okay, let me take a look. I gotta go through this entire bracket to find this dude's name. Actually, no. Control F.
You can just search.
Raven.
Yeah, you can just find it.
Raven what?
Ravens Champ. One word.
Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens Champ.
Nah,
Ravens Champ. Yeah.
It doesn't come up at all. And what's his real name?
David Katz. It doesn't show up either. I'm looking right now.
Oh, you're looking too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that under shit.
So, no, yeah. That's not it. So that's not the bracket. That's a different bracket then. But it says
this is it. No, this is it. This is the Southeast qualifier, yeah, at GL.
Oh, that's it. So where is he? So did he? So he's such a bum. He lost before the group stage.
And the funny thing is, the crazy thing is, it's a single limb, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he lost before the group stage.
I'm trying to find the person that was playing on stream. Is it True? What's his name? True something? Which I think
no. That's why I don't want to talk about the victims. That's why I blurred out their faces. I don't want to talk about the victims.
No. I'm just saying because I'm looking at it, and yeah, this is the actual bracket because his name is there.
His name is there. All right.
Yeah, the one of the victims' names is there.
Yeah,
I just found it.
I wouldn't want to talk about the shooter.
No, we wasn't. No. We're not talking about the shooters. They already revealed him. They just revealed him. That's why now we're trying to find out if he was in this bracket. But we're finding out that he lost before the bracket.
Yeah, he lost.
He lost before the bracket.
CNN just said we're concluding our live coverage of the shooting. Yo, suck a dick, man.
So,
I'll check something else.
This is
sheriffs.
You know what the crazy part about all of this is? This is not the first time something like this has happened.
We're at a gaming event?
It won't be the last.
No. What are you talking about?
Well, all right. You know what? You're right. Because Triforce and we came from an era where we can't even throw people at the arcade. I mean, not literally, obviously. I'm just talking about figuratively, but you know, we cheesing and stuff, and like I remember I got cut just by beating somebody in Street Fighter at the local laundromat. So we know violence, you know, from losing. Like it's definitely not new to us.
I got jumped because my friend. I got jumped because my friend beat some guy, and he brung his boys, and I'm like, y'all not jumping him, and they jumped me for it. Dudes pull out guns at pizza stores, rob me while playing Street Fighter. So, but that's a different era. That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with gaming. That's just robbery and buffoonery.
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about like, you know, shooting at like a gaming event.
All right, hold on for a second. I gotta cut you out. Hollow. That statement you made, retract that dumbass statement. Mostly black people play Madden. No, everyone plays Madden. There's no race that plays Madden more than anyone else. So don't even do it.
If anything, it was mostly white people that played Madden.
I used to work at GameStop.
Oh, I've been to 2 Madden events.
And when I sold Madden at midnight, it was mostly white people.
I've been to 2 Madden events in Las Vegas.
Yes, but
half of them are white. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yes, but we don't want to get into this whole thing about white people. The issue isn't what ethnicity is playing the game. That's what I wanted to. That's what. This is what I'm trying to stop from happening. The issue
is are the people, the precautions taken, and what happened at the event. That's basically it. No one took proper precautions, and it's been going on for a long time. Me and my friends been talking about this for eons, and I look at these guys, and the crazy thing is, I'm part of the Smash community, and me and my group, Deadly Lions, we will always tell these tournament hosts, like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't want to be eSports, but then half-ass do eSports. You got to do it all the way in order to make this appropriate for everyone. And that's the problem. A lot of these tournament hosts, they want to just focus on the wrong things, bringing these top players to events, having sponsors come to the events, but they're not doing the basis first, the foundation, which is the security and making a foundation for casual people who want to come, or even viewership. That's the problem.
You have these real retarded individuals in the scene, and I'm using retarded not in the clinical sense. I'm using it in a derogatory sense to insult the psychopaths. They're just psychopathic people. They're black psychopaths, white psychopaths, green psychopaths, peach psychopaths, red, yellow, purple, brown, all different colors of psychopaths that we have to watch out for, that is in our competitive gaming or just gaming space altogether. We need to stop this meme culture, this troll culture perpetuates these losers because they want to be down so bad. They want to be validated. They got to win. They got to be liked. And if they can't win or can't be liked or can't be accepted, they go into their dad's closet. They get out their M16 with their IF beams. They go around shooting people. And we have to watch out for these psychos. Period.
I don't even think having no color. I don't think I think having a laser beam is illegal in Florida. I got to check on that. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it is. That's illegal. That's just, my man got.
He put an IF beam. He put an IF beam on the black guy. Like, what? Are you kidding me? And if y'all ever listen to this stuff, but anyway, I've jumped 18 minutes over my thing. I didn't want to talk too much about this. I want to thank you guys all for coming on, D-Nice, because there's nothing more to really talk about it. Now we know who this scumbag is. I'm going to use his name. What's his name? The guy's name is Raven Champ, David Katz. I'm glad he is dead. Justice was served. A lot of people like, Triforce is so mean. Guys, I'm not this goody two-shoe person you guys think I am. I live in the real world. I hate evil. Let me repeat it again. I hate evil, and I'm not going to be good to evil people. Evil people must be met with force. If the society we live in is all full of it, if they think that, because if we follow this so-called prissy good guy, we would not go to countries to well, I'm not going to say we because I'm not in America, but America would not go to countries to provide freedom, because I'm sure they don't go and talk to terrorists and say, hey guys, you guys need to stop blowing people up and all this other stuff and yada yada yada. So let's just stop it, put your guns down and blah blah blah. No, But U.S. soldiers go there to get their arms and legs blown off for whatever the reason is, to shoot, kill, murder, and destroy evildoers. That is the nature of the world. Get with the times. Stop this Santa Claus, Easter Bunny garbage. We don't live in that world no more. Y'all are living in some delusional world.
I think more importantly, you know, we got to be a resolution, especially in our scene. Like, no matter what game you play, event you go, it won't happen again.
I literally went to Big E's Facebook and I put Big E.
I saw.
Oh, you saw it. I tagged you in it. Now let them know. Make sure you put security for all your esports events, because this shit's gonna blow up in our face. And I'm glad they clapped his ass. Hold that stupid, dumbass.
Anyways,
yeah.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming through, B.
The best. Yeah, you already know. I'll be on more often. And I've been when I got free time, usually, especially at nights, you're live, and I just listen to what you guys say. So, but that most definitely, guys, hope you all have a good day and be safe. You know what I'm saying? Just don't take life for granted, and just do y'all, man. Peace.
All right. Okay, guys. So in closing, like, you guys see somebody that literally can't take losing, or they appear to be unstable. It is better for you to report them and be wrong than to ignore it and be right. Because Ravens champ, why am I calling him champ? Ravens loser. Guys like him will go around and do dumb shit like this. So I'm sorry for the cursing and I hate when evil people do stuff like this and then they get away with it. And in this case, I'm glad he didn't get away with it. So I'm going to take a break, guys. I'm going to go grab some breakfast. I haven't even eaten from morning. And I'll be back a little bit later on tonight with the sponsor chat stream. And I guess we could talk.
By the way, Triforce, I'm going to speak to you.
I'll talk to you right after this. So we'll talk a little bit more about this tonight, guys. I'll see you later.